say hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name's Stanley and I have started weaning. So Stan and I are here today because we've actually partnered up with one of my favourite weaning brands ever, and a brand that I've used with all 3 kids, and that is Organix, and they have sent us some bits, but I thought I would do a bit of a creative video with this one and also show you what Stan is eating at the moment in a typical day. Now, he's been weaning for about a week, I would say, haven't you? He's really taken to it. We had a slow start and I thought he might be not quite ready yet, despite turning 6 months. You're just watching me talk, aren't you? But he is loving it, and if you're wondering what he's eating while I'm filming this, he's eating an Organix pea puff, and these are new and suitable from 6 months, and you love them, don't you? You do love them. But yeah, if you want to see what we're giving him, what he likes to eat, how it's going, and how we're introducing it and that kind of thing, then keep watching. So I've sent Stan down with his dad and his siblings to play now, so I can get on with all of the important stuff and walk you through everything and talk you through our experience so far. So, as a bit of background before I get into the nitty gritty, Stan is my 3rd baby. He turned 6 months on the 12th of September, and it's very bittersweet because he is my last, and it's been really exciting to get to this stage, but it's also the first time that I've ever felt like, oh, but that's a bit sad as well. Oh, but it's lovely, and every baby is different, and I think the more children that I've had, the more I realise this. So Bill, for example, my eldest, he did baby-led weaning and took to it like a duck to water. We did it the week that he turned 6 months. He absolutely loved it and pretty much hated any type of puree going. He just really enjoyed finger foods. Now Daisy, obviously my 2-year-old, she had slightly different circumstances, and we had to wean her early on the advice of her medical team because she was born with a cleft palate and Stickler syndrome, and that meant she was NG tube fed, so nasogastric tube, and a tube went down her nose and into her belly. And a big reason for weaning early with babies that have NG tubes is to stop oral aversion, because they obviously get very used to just being fed down a tube and they don't really get used to the sensation of eating and swallowing and drinking and that kind of thing. So we did wean early at their advice, and we obviously had to start with purees with her, and it was a very slow and steady process, but in the end she moved over to baby led and was absolutely fine. But that journey was so guided and measured with the support of her team that I didn't really feel the same about it as I did with Bill, for example, because it was all like I was ticking boxes and seeing how much she'd eaten and how much milk she'd had. Whereas this time round, I almost feel like a new mum again with Stan, because I'm there and there's no one to hold my hand anymore, and I'm just doing it like everybody else does. And I don't know why, but it's come as a bit of a shock that I feel like that. So he did turn 6 months, and we have been starting to introduce feeds to him slowly. I have tried both puree and baby led, so finger foods, for example, because I wanted to follow Stan's lead. If he showed me that he preferred a different type of weaning and a different way of eating, then I was going to take that path purely because I wanted him to be happy. And I think that's the thing with weaning, you've got to follow your baby's lead and have like, don't get precious about it, just enjoy it for what it is. So I did start with puree just because I felt like it would be the easiest way to just sort of introduce a flavour to him in a more relaxed, enjoyable way. But lo and behold, he is a chip off the old block, and just like his big brother, and doesn't seem to like it very much at all. So we are following baby led now, and I'm getting deja vu all the time because he reminds me so much of Bill. So we've been introducing foods and meals and like different fruits and vegetables and different finger foods and that kind of thing very slowly over the past, I would say it's been like a week now. And honestly, I am so surprised at how quickly he's taken to it. The first few days I was thinking, oh, are you not ready yet? But honestly, he's just really getting into it now, and actually gets quite angry if you're eating and he's not allowed to join in. Now, Organix have sent us a few things, and I'm going to share these because I think they're absolutely brilliant, and you can find loads of information on their website. So if you are new to weaning, it's a great place to go to because, you know, that's their specialty at the end of the day. So the first thing that they've sent me is this Taste for Life booklet, and this has loads of different tips and ideas with weaning along the bottom. So this first one is about being safe and, you know, things that you need to be aware of when you start weaning, before you start weaning, and when you're preparing to start weaning. And it's just so useful just to have this in the back of your mind. Follow NHS and World Health Organization guidelines just so you know that you're doing it the right way, because once you've got the groundwork in place, you can be as free and experimental and creative as you like, but it's always good to know those first few rules, isn't it? I might be a third-time mum, but I still need help. I'll put my hands up there. I still need help because I get as unsure as anybody does. So next up, I've also got this, and this is a recipe book for first food adventures, and there are loads of recipes on the Organix website as well. So there's carrot and kale puree here, chicken and sweet potato mash, asparagus and goat's cheese frittata. So a lot of these recipes are ones where I'm thinking, hang on, I could eat that. I could definitely get on board with that. So blackberry pancakes, for example, I love blackberries, and that'd be something that I think all 3 kids would enjoy as well. So that's going to come in really handy. And then I also have a few of our favourite Organix finger foods and snacks and things that we've used with all of my kids. So the first one are these. We've already broken into the packet because they are apple rice cakes. All 3 of my children love these, hence why they're already open, but they are fantastic. It says that you can use from around 7 months plus, which is around stage 2. I'm due baby led, so Stan has tried these and gets on really well with them, but you might just want to be extra aware if you're trying these with your baby who is just starting to wean. And they are fantastic. He loves them. They've got a little pinch of cinnamon with them as well, so it's a new flavour and introducing something that's perhaps not normally a part of a baby's diet. And they're great. They're handy on the go. I can package them up again and either put the leftover ones in a Tupperware box or secure the bag with a peg, and I absolutely love them. They have different flavours of these as well, and they are just a firm favourite in our household. The next thing, now these are new, and again these are getting thieved by Stan's older siblings, but these are the Organix finger food pea puffs, and they are 80% peas, 20% corn, and all of their finger foods are baked, so they're not fried, so you don't need to worry about that. And what I love about these is that they melt, and if I open a bag to show you, they are finger size really, so they're really easy for Stan to grab, and they're curved as well, so they're quite easy to get a nice grip on, and he loves them. And if you pop this in, say, a glass of water, you would see how easily they dissolve once they get wet, and that is just such a comfort because they can start off feeling a texture that is a little bit different than normal, so it's something quite crunchy and hard, but then as they gum on it, it dissolves away, and then they get the taste properly, and then they can swallow it as well without you worrying at all. And I just think that these are fantastic, and I'm really glad that they are suitable from 6 months, because a lot of snacks like this tend to be for a little bit later on in the stage, and this just means that I've got something ready on the go that he can enjoy while we're out and about, and I love them. I thought I would also share this because I have used this with Stan and Daisy now. Stan's getting used to it, as I've said, like softer pureed textures he's not the biggest fan of, but this is a strawberry and banana porridge with added vitamin B1, and you basically mix this with your milk. It gives you clear instructions on what to do on the side here, and it's just nice. It smells really nice as well. Some of them are really bland, but this one is lovely and tasty, and if you wanted to, you could further blend up some fruit and add that to it as well for an extra kick of flavour. And then finally, these were Daisy's favourite when she was really established in weaning, so like stage 3, 10 months plus really, but you know, your child might be ready sooner, you'll know best. But these are strawberry baby biscuits, but again, they're just really handy to have on the go. They're a changing bag staple, in my opinion. They're ring shaped, so they're really easy to grab and gum and hold on to. And once they get their little peckies cutting through, they're really easy to eat and chew on and gnaw on. And Daisy loved these and continued to love them for quite a while. And since we've had them in the house again, guess who wants one? So I thought I would end this video with a what my baby eats in a day when he started weaning. So it will include how many bottles he's having, like any snacks he has through the day, and what meal we've chosen to introduce as well. So you can follow and join in his little weaning journey, and if you would like me to do some follow-up videos as he gets more established, or just do a few more with different weaning ideas, then let me know and I would be more than happy to do them. But without any further ado, let's get started. So Stan normally starts the day around 6:45, 7 o'clock, and that's when he wakes up, and once he's had a nappy changed and we've got him ready for the day, we'll all go downstairs, and then by about 7:30 is when he will have his first bottle of the day, and that is a 9-ounce bottle of milk. He drinks formula and we use the mam bottles, which I think are fantastic. So he will have 9 ounces then, and he will also spend a little bit of time sat at the table with his big siblings, because I'm really trying to introduce that social aspect of eating together as a family. Now I would say around mid-morning is when I've started introducing a little bit of a snack for him. So the Organix pea puffs are a great option here, but he actually had some of the apple rice cakes today, and let me tell you something, it's surprising how much he can do without any teeth. My baby's teeth quite late and don't really get their first teeth until around 8 or 9 months, but he had a really good go at these and really enjoyed it, while Daisy and I had a coffee and she had some jam on toast. And it's not always normal that we're out and about all the time doing things like this, but again, I didn't want him to feel left out, and I wanted him to sort of get used to eating out as well, because I feel like you can establish that from a really young age. Then later on we got back, and then around 11:30 he had his next bottle of the day, and again this was 9 ounces of milk. He likes it nice and warm, and he fell asleep after that bottle and was nice and full and content. Then we go and do the school run, and then once we get back around 3:30 he will have another bottle of milk, and again this will be another 9-ounce bottle, and then next up he will join us at the table for dinner time. Now we chose dinner time as the first meal of his weaning journey because it fits in with our family. We felt that the evening meal would be the best meal for him and our family, because he can sit with all of us together, we can eat a meal together, and it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? It's nice to do it as a family, and it's nice to make him feel part of the table setting properly finally. Now as it happens for today, the kids were having a snacky plate for tea because Bill actually has swimming lessons on a Wednesday, and we have to leave the house as soon as Mark gets home from work, so I like to feed the kids early. And on the plate it was a mixture of things like pea puffs again, there was cucumber sticks, there was ham, tomato, and I just let Stan go crazy and pick up what he fancied. I also made some toast as well, because that was a favourite of Bill's and is definitely a favourite of his as well, and he gave it all a good go. He really did. He is definitely preferring toast and cucumber at the moment, so we'll see how his taste preferences develop the older he gets. Then his final bottle of the day is around 7:30, and it's always Mark that gives him this because it's their little time for a cuddle and like to reunite after he's been at work all day, and it will be another 9 ounces then. So he does have a fair bit of milk throughout the day, because as they say, food before 1 is just for fun, isn't it? So it's a way to get used to new flavours and textures, but milk is still their predominant source of nutrients and, you know, what fills them up. And then he sleeps really well throughout the night, and we start the whole process all over again. So I have brought Stan back again to say goodbye. That is the end of your first ever weaning video. I hope that you found this helpful, and I am also really chuffed to be working with Organix. So a cracking brand. They really think about what you little babies are eating and what's best for you, and it makes my job a hell of a lot easier as well, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I just wish that somebody could sort out a way to magically clean babies up after they've eaten, because my goodness me, I had forgotten how messy it gets. Yes, I'm talking about you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!